All right, let's talk about something real. We're about to dive into some ideas about life that are, well, they're a little challenging, maybe even uncomfortable. But these are the kinds of hard truths that, once you really face them, can help you build a stronger, more authentic you. So let's get into it. I want to start with this question right here, because it really gets to the heart of everything we're going to talk about. It seems so simple, right? But the answer can be incredibly complex. Are the choices you're making, day in and day out, truly your own? And boom, here's the core problem. The second we start outsourcing our sense of self-worth to other people, we're essentially handing them the keys to our own life. That need for everyone else's approval, it becomes a cage. Our goal today is to find the key to unlock it. So, where do we even begin? Well, the first step isn't about changing the world around you. Nope. It's about understanding the world within you. We've got to focus on building that solid, unshakable foundation of self-awareness first. This is so important to remember. How other people see you is almost always a reflection of them, not you. But here's the catch. If you don't believe in your own value, you'll start to see yourself through their distorted mirrors. You absolutely have to be the first, and the most loyal, believer in your own worth. Oof, this one forces us to take a really honest look at our relationships. The source material puts it perfectly. Until you become comfortable with being alone, you will never know if you're with someone out of love or out of loneliness. Think about that. Are you in a relationship to share your completeness, or are you just trying to fill an empty space? The answer to that question really starts with being okay all by yourself.
Now, this isn't about ego, not at all. It's about having a quiet confidence. Humility is what keeps you grounded. It keeps you open to learning. But wisdom is what lets you recognize and honor your own unique path, your own talents, without feeling like you have to be better than anyone else. It's such a delicate but powerful balance.
Okay, so once you have that solid foundation of self, how does that change the way you interact with other people? Let's get into how we can build a healthier, more supportive social world.
You know, a strong sense of self is kind of like having a built-in radar for unhealthy stuff. When people treat you like you're just an option, or they try to control you, or they weaponize your past against you, or they give you that so-called advice that's actually just toxic, they are showing you in bright neon signs that they just don't belong in your future.
And this is the perfect follow-up. This is the action you take when you see that red flag. It's not about creating drama or getting revenge. It's just a simple, powerful act of self-respect. You are not a backup plan. You are the main event. And your choice is to walk away. I absolutely love this metaphor. It just perfectly captures how pointless it is to try and prove your worth to people who are just committed to misunderstanding you, or to people who just value, well, less healthy things. You have to save your energy. A bee just goes about its business making honey. It doesn't run a whole marketing campaign for the flies. And this really gets at a huge shift in thinking, right? It's about moving from quantity to quality. If you're always chasing popularity, you often have to water down who you really are. Being authentic might actually shrink your circle. But you know what? The connections that are left will be real, they'll be strong, and they'll be built on truth. This brings us to a really pivotal idea, your personal agency. Your life isn't just something that happens to you, it's something you actively build one tiny decision at a time. Let's really explore the incredible power of your choices. You know, people don't just decide to have a great future. It doesn't really work that way. The truth is, they decide their habits, and then their habits decide their future. It's a two-step process. You're in complete control of step one, your daily choices, your little habits. And those choices, when they compound over time, well, that's what creates your future in step two. Every single goal has a price tag. It might cost you time, it might cost you comfort, it might mean letting go of other things you want. And this quote is a pretty stark reminder that there's just no way around it. You either pay that price willingly through discipline and sacrifice, or you end up paying for it later by sacrificing the goal itself. This lays it out in the most blunt way possible. You can have results or you can have excuses, but you can't have both. Every single time you make an excuse, you are actively choosing not to get the result. They cancel each other out. So you've got to ask yourself, which one are you feeding? All right, for our last section, let's talk about the long game. Because life, it's not a destination, right? It's a continuous journey of evolution.
So this part is all about embracing that journey of growth and change and learning.
Man, this timeline, it really highlights one of the tragedies of life, doesn't it? We get old too soon and wise too late. When we're young, we have all the energy but none of the wisdom. And when we're old, we've got the wisdom but not quite the same energy. The lesson here is pretty clear. Don't wait. Seek wisdom now, apply it now, and try to bridge that gap. I love this because it completely reframes how we think about failure. It is not a reset button that sends you all the way back to zero. Not at all. It's a data point. Starting over is an incredible opportunity to apply everything you've learned. You're not the same person you were when you first started. That experience, that's your advantage. This sounds so simple, but wow, is it hard to actually do? Worrying about things you have absolutely no control over, it's like paying interest on a debt you don't even owe. Letting those things go, giving them freedom from your mind, that isn't giving up. It's reclaiming your mental energy so you can focus on the things you can actually influence. And here we are. This is such a powerful, almost violent call to action. It's all about proactive self-transformation. The old you, with all its limiting beliefs, its outdated habits, its past hurts, that version of you can hold you captive. You have to be willing to consciously dismantle that version of yourself to make room for the person you're becoming. So I'm going to leave you with this. I know it's not a comfortable question, but it's a necessary one. As you move on with your day, just let this one sit with you. What belief, what habit, what fear from your past is holding you back right now? And are you ready to let it go? Because the choice, as always, is yours.